Welcome to the Marlene Saunders show where we have real talk, real conversation, and you're welcome to it.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's podcast. Today we're going to go in on a very important topic, and it is that of online romance. Does anybody know stories of online romance? We're going to get into it, the online romance, the scams, the catfishing, dating stories. I hope y'all ready. So, welcome. Like I said, I am Marlene of the Marlene Saunders Show, where we have real talk, real conversations. You're welcome to it. And I just talk about real information, real things that's happening in real time in this world. And I got to talk about these online dating. Now, I don't know what everybody's view is of online dating. I don't know what y'all think or believe about online dating, but I've seen some things. People go on these apps, sign up for these apps, and the pictures that they have, the people that you see, that does not mean that's what you're going to get. From what I've seen, is these people are putting up their pictures from 20 years ago, even 30 years ago, when they were in high school. So you're not seeing the person that you would see when you show up for that date. Make sure you find out about who a person is. And I got to ask the chat, what do you guys think about these online romance? Do you find that it's something good? Do you think it's something good to do online dating? Do you think you can really find love online? Well, I'm going to start off by giving an online dating story. So, we all know with this internet and especially Instagram, so somebody slides in somebody's DM and, oh, I would like to get to know you. So they start talking back and forth over, you know, messaging, email, a few phone calls. And when it finally becomes the time where they have to meet this person, the person makes up an excuse, something like, oh, somebody in their family is having a surgery or somebody dies. And what we didn't know behind the scenes, this person was sending this person money. That's one of the scams, the catfishing that happens. People will say, quickly love bomb you into thinking that they're interested in you, interested in a relationship with you, when all they're interested in is getting some of your money. And I just can't get behind the griminess that happens on this internet, where people say certain things just to play on the loneliness of people. Yes, there's a lot of lonely people out there. And if you don't open up your eyes, and I always say, when you are trying to get to know somebody, you need to get a side party involved, like somebody that you trust, to find out, like, is this the real thing or am I being played? Because sometimes when you start getting your emotions involved, especially us ladies, you start getting your emotions involved, you're not thinking logically, and you need somebody on the outside, like, is this too good to be true or is this fake? Like, what is the deal? But that's what it is. And I've seen so many times. Let me talk about let me talk about what's happening in the DMs. So, in Instagram, I've told y'all many times before that in Instagram there's always somebody sliding into the DM, right? There's always somebody sliding in the DM. And I had about 3 or 4 people, and we all know the lines for the DM. They always tell you all these wonderful things about you. You're the most beautiful person, or if a guy, the most handsome. I'd like to get to know you. And before long, they're asking for some money. And what I didn't know after doing some research about these catfishing and online dating scams is that most of the time, the person that you think that you're dating, it's not even your same sex. If it's a guy, if it's you think it's a guy, a lot of times it's a woman, because a woman knows exactly what a woman wants to hear, and she's playing you. That part I didn't know. You think you're talking to a guy, but you're not talking to a guy. You're talking to a girl, or vice versa. You think that it's you're talking to a girl, and it's probably a guy. That when I found that out, I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy." So let me talk about the things that's going on in the DMs, right? In the DMs on Instagram, it's be some crazy and wild stuff. For those of you I know who have an Instagram account and you have it to where people, hey Lisa, good to see you. Thanks for coming. For those of you who have an Instagram account and you have it open to where people can send you messages, people will send you the craziest messages on Instagram. So much scams. Well, anyways, I had someone uh, pretend or slide into my DMs, and you know what they said to me? Hey, hey, beautiful. I just wanted to send you this message to brighten your day. I just wanted to let you know I'm an African prince. Now, ladies, why would somebody who is an African prince be trying to talk to you? See, you have to start asking yourself these questions, especially on the internet with scams, even online dating apps. Why would you think that somebody is what they say they are? You can't trust everybody. You can't trust everybody and what they're saying that they actually are, because they're not that. So, anyways, they slide into your DMs and they're saying all of these things to you, and it's not, they're not. People say that they were brain surgeons. You have people, I'm involved in the military, so that's why I can't ever meet you. There's always some type of excuse why you can't ever meet somebody in person. If somebody is always telling you, oh yeah, I'm busy or this happens, you should be at a certain point seeing the person that you're talking to face. If it's always just a picture or always is typed, that you need to be suspicious of, especially on this online stuff. And if anybody ever asks you for money when it comes to dating, that's not, they're not really interested in you. They're just trying to make some money off you, take advantage of you, do something to you. Don't trust these people. They are scammers and they are very good at what they do. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing, and they know who to play with. They know the people who are lonely. They like to go to their key audiences, the handicapped, single parents, anybody who has a business. There's lots of keywords that people will look, especially like Instagram or on dating apps. Don't put certain things on there because you're going to be drawing these type of people. So that's some of the things. And one thing that I found out is a lot of these scammers are targeting people to send them money through Western Union, Zelle, Cash App, all kinds of things. Because, oh, yeah, you know, they like to love bomb you because most of them are classic narcissists, scammers, some type of manipulator, and they're going to do everything in order to get you to believe them and trust them. That's the thing with a narcissist. They do everything to get you to trust them. And then once they gain their trust, they know that they can play you like a puppet and you'll do exactly what they want you to do. And once they gain that trust and they know that they supposedly love you, you're going to do almost anything that you want them to do because you love them and they don't love you. They don't love you. That's just a game that they're playing. So don't find out the hard way. I've heard of people losing their entire life savings behind these online dating scams, these online relationships. So don't fall victim to it, ladies and gentlemen, because I know we just hear usually about women being played, but I know a lot of men get played on these online dating things. Yes, Lisa. Yeah, it's real talk. It's real talk. So, oh my goodness, I've heard so many horror stories, and it's not just about if someone takes the money from somebody, it's also about people have like hurt feelings. Like some people really get their emotions involved. Some people actually like bought a home, they're planning for a wedding, and these people aren't even real, they're fake. I've even heard, this is not online dating, but people who have spent and sent money to people saying that they're going to have a baby, like a surrogate. There's so many online scams, and they find out that the person, number one, was not real. Another one, the person wasn't even pregnant. So you're sending money to somebody thinking that you're going to get a baby, and you're not getting no baby. The person is not pregnant. That person is not even real. So you got to question everything. You got to question the motives, and you have to be able to see, is this person really who they say they are? Because a person could say all kinds of things. I'm like they say, "Oh, I'm a surgeon." And beware of these big titles. They're surgeons. They're what you call it, in the military. They're princes. If their title seems so big, you got to question it. If they have such a big title, you got to ask yourself, why would a person who is a prince or a doctor or in the military, why would they be interested in meeting somebody on these apps? Because most of the time they have some good money. And what is the first thing that they want to ask you after they hook you in? They want to ask you to send them some money. If they're princes and doctors and surgeons, why do they need money? See, we have to learn to start asking questions instead of falling prey and believing everything that they say. And if somebody's story constantly keeps changing and people keep lying to you, and that's what they do, people will lie to you in a quick second on social media, on these apps, on these dating things, to catfish you even through email. And there's even things like on LinkedIn where they just go to your LinkedIn to find out where you live. You got to protect yourself on the internet. There's a lot of people out here who are not what they say they are. They hide behind that computer screen and they're typing in things, and they're typing in things that is crazy onto the internet. So you're not only telling people exactly where you work, so now people can start stalking you and finding out where you work. They can find out where you live, all of those things. You got to be careful what you put on the internet. And if somebody's asking you on online dating, what kind of job do you do? Where do you work? All of these things, you got to be careful of these people. Some of these people are really psychotic and crazy. You can't trust the things that people will say. People are just saying that to try to get you, scam you, get you some of your money, get something that they want, and then they dump you. And people have gone like bankrupt, lost their homes, their entire retirement behind these online dating and thinking that they're going to get married to somebody. That's what they think. They think they're going to get married. And I was like, how are you getting married to somebody and they haven't even met them? They have never seen these people at all. And I just talked to especially the ladies, the gentlemen too, but especially the ladies, because a lot of times ladies were gullible and we put ourselves into situations that we shouldn't. Why are you talking to somebody after 1 month and then within 1 month you're already talking about hurting, you're already talking about that you're in love and let's get married. Lisa, this is near and dear to my heart too. Uh, some things have happened to me in online dating that is, mm, yeah, but it's because I was gullible. Hey, Deborah, welcome in. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. But I am open to talk about my stuff. I don't care about saying the things that happened to me because I talk about spreading awareness because I don't want another lady or another gentleman to fall victim to it. When I was, what was it? I was 19, and what was the name of that site that they used to have back in the day? Sorry guys, I dropped my phone. Yeah, but back in the day, I would say this was when I was 19 years old, and they had, I don't even remember the app. I think when you get traumatized from something, you're kind of afraid to open up and even talk about it. I think I maybe buried that in my memory, but anyways, I was 19 years old, very gullible. Can you guys hear me? Is the sound off still? When I was 19 years old and very gullible, I met this guy supposedly that lived in the same state of Florida as me. But come to find out, he was not living in Florida. He was actually in Africa. But anyways, moving on, and he was always, it started off friendly, like, they always start off like, oh, I want to be your friend. Then next thing, it's like he's in love with me, supposedly. And of course, I fell for it, hook and sinker, because of that's what I was desperately seeking. Sometimes you have like some, I can say for me, I had some daddy issues because I wasn't getting the love that I needed from my father. I was looking for that attention through a man, which is not good. That's why I say all the time, all you fathers out there, your role really matters to your daughter. But anyways, so I'm talking to this guy on online, and I'm 19 years old, very gullible. Whatever he told me to do, I was going to do because supposedly, he told me what, after 6 or 7 weeks, that he loved me. I'm the girl of his dreams. Uh, and he was always going to come to see me. But, you know, as the time goes on, then next thing he starts asking me for money. You know, I really want us to get married. I really want for things for our, us to be in the same state because he loves me so much. All of this, I have never even seen him face to face. I never even seen a picture of him. It was all everything that he was telling me through email how he was such a successful lawyer and so many good things. Come to find out, later on that he was living in Africa, didn't have any money, completely different from what I thought. And I mean, when you find out those things, it's like so crushing. But after all of that, I'm just grateful that eventually I had my sister found out what I was doing and she put an end to it. But he was trying to get me to buy him all of these things and send to him in Africa for his family. Probably like my sister was saying, he probably had a whole wife and was married and everything already. So I don't know what happened, but he did wind up getting me to send him a lot of my things, like some things that I had, like purses and shoes, like to sell it to send him money. So I definitely was gullible and sold some of my stuff and sent to him because I'm thinking, this is my bae. We're getting married and everything's gonna be good. But I never seen him. Never seen a picture of him. I have no idea what he ever looked like. But eventually, when he was like, send me some things to this address, that's when I found out where he really was. Because I was like, what do you mean, Africa? I was like, I thought you lived in Florida. You see how like the things start, the mask had fallen off at that time. But then it was like, oh yeah, I used to be in Florida and now I have an assignment here in Africa. So the story is always changing. And I was like, after that, like I was done because I couldn't believe him. Because I was like sending money. I don't know how they do it, but you know how like you can send money to somebody and it goes like from Miami to wherever they really are. And that's why I believed him when he said he was in Florida, because I was sending him stuff to a Miami address, but that Miami address would send the stuff to Africa. Ah, see, I'm telling y'all, giving y'all some awareness about some of the scams that happen. But anyways, it was only like, I would say maybe about $3,000 worth of money that I winded up sending to him to Africa. But after a while, my sister saw, like, she found some of the letters and some of the stuff, and like, of course, that I had become secretive and drawing away from my family because I'm thinking I'm going to be married soon. So, I was like, I don't need them. And that's what sometimes in those toxic type of environments and relationships, they isolate you from your family and tell you that you don't need them and to do everything that they want. And then after they get what they want, they drop you. So I'm glad that it didn't go further than the amount of money that I put in. But for a long time, like almost for a whole year, I was really sad behind that, to find out that he wasn't who he said he was. It was all a lie. He didn't even live here, that I wasn't getting married. So all of that, like, ladies and gentlemen, open up your eyes, open up your eyes and your ears to these fools here on the internet, because that's what they are. They're going to play games with you if you allow them to. Hey, the word, welcome. Happy Saturday to you. And they're going to play on you. I know I was played because they know who to play with. And of course, I set it up for him to play games with me. I set it up because I told him all of the things that I should not have. There's certain things in a relationship you should never tell somebody, bad things that has happened to you, because of course he transformed himself into like what do you call it, like my savior. He was like my knight in shining armor. Oh, from I'm here to rescue you from whatever it is that you're dealing with. Hey sis, you want to come up? Let me put the link in the chat. Yeah, he was supposedly here to rescue me from my hard circumstance, because I told him already, I'm trying to escape from the bad family dynamic, and he turned into that, and he was a monster. He was a narcissist. And a lot of that happens online, in these online relationships, and hmm, we think that somebody is something, and they're not. They're not who they say they are. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. Every single thing that they're telling you is a lie. That's why I say, I shout it from the rooftops from my time of being scammed. Make sure you're seeing the person that you're talking to online, not just phone, like a visual. Hey, sis.
Hey sis, hi everybody.
How
Hey,
you?
hey the word. Hey Lisa. Hey Deborah.
Thanks for joining me. So sis, we talking about online relationships. And I was just saying about
Now
what happens.
I was watching. I was just eating my snacks. I didn't want y'all to hear me eat. So now that I'm finished, you know me.
I know about you and your munchies.
I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot the time. So I said, me have to finish this, but I was here.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was telling everybody about what had happened to me when I was 19. That was my first time being scammed, from this African. Told me
Mm.
he lived in the same state of me. He was saying he lived in Florida, and he was going to marry me after just knowing me a few months. And I was gullible, being 19, you didn't know anything. And of course, your parents don't tell you anything about those things because they don't know about those things. So and he was telling me to all of these things about him, and how he was the successful lawyer and he can't wait to marry me. And then next thing he's like, but I need you to send me some money for my law practice.
Mm.
And I didn't know back then that that was a red flag, that you don't send money to somebody. I never even had seen him. I had no idea what he looked like. Everything was just conversation through email, or what did they used to do back in the day? What was that app that used to be? It wasn't that one. I think it was called High Five.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I
But,
think it was High Five. It was another one that used to be popular back then, but I wasn't on that one. I was on High Five, and that's where I found him, and it was just awful. So I sold all my purses and some shoes and stuff to send him money.
I have heard like so many stories. I think what saved me from that, you and I got a tiny little story, but only thing that saved me from that is the area that I live in is and it's so mixed. So you always hear when people speak upon them, doesn't make it true, but when majority of people speak upon them, they always calling them scammers. Don't mess with them. So the word was on the curve out by us, so we knew if certain countries either they want to marry you, they want a green card, or it's a scam.
Yeah, I wish that I had that type of awareness, but I didn't know anything. And also, I was one of those type of girls that, even if my mom had told me, that would have made me run closer to them. That's just how I was. The thing that Anything that they told me to stay away from, that's exactly what I wanted. I was that type of child.
They say left, you go right. I think I had one. He thought he had me, but we was just talking, and I don't know which game came out. I don't know, it was PS, not these new PS games, but I don't know, was it Xbox or whatever. And I don't know. All I know is I have my son. I forgot how old he was, maybe 5 or 6. And then he was making us like he was friends. I don't know if he said like his game broke or something like that. And I thought because he's trying to wheel me in. They never start off about them. They always start off about you. You and all the things they're gonna do for you. It's like like I always tell people, they don't know you, but they're trying to talk to you and find out what needs, like what are your needs, and that's what they fill your head up with, and you thinking, oh wow, right? And then it was about the game, trying to get me to get a game, and I'm like, the only man I'm gonna buy a video game for would be my son. Excuse me, but it's just the point of before it gets to that point, they make you feel like, again, like a regular narc, because it's still narcissism, or it's still a vampire, but when we see them on the screen, that we forget that's who they are because we don't see them in real life, so our brains get confused. And then most of them, that's not even their picture anyway. That's somebody else's picture and somebody else's life, and they make you think that is them. But the
Hey,
horror sto-
Tay.
but the horror stories is crazy.
Yeah, and for me, now Tay. Oh, I'm saying Tay. Hey, Sugar Love. So what why is it that we believe like I don't know. And the whole time I'm being scammed. I didn't think I was being scammed. Cause when my sister finally found out, she was like, who you sending money to? Because she saw the Western Union receipts, like, who is this? Who you sending money to? And I was like, that's my boyfriend. I said, that's gonna be my husband. I said, we're engaged. She was like, you engaged? To who? What's his name? And that and all those things, like it wasn't even registering in my mind. Like,
Yeah.
what is this person's name?
I think that we forget that, like I said, we think, we don't, our brain, I mean, now our brains commute, but back then we didn't see it as okay, this is the internet, and we thinking things only happen in real life. So they're not standing in front of us in real life. So we really can't read them. Like we can't pick up on a lot of things because this is the internet. Like far as like the intuition, even though now you can, but I'm talking about like back then, when people started with these dating games and stuff. So I think that's a lot there. They're calling you and how you doing and how's your day, but like we can't like look in their eyes. We can't see a lot of things that we would see if they was here in person. So a lot of times they can get away with that.
Yes, and that's the major issue. Hey Tay, I just gotta highlight this comment that Tay just put in here. She said, I had a dude look like he was 120 pounds and go on a date and he was 300 pounds. That happens to me. That happened to me too. The picture that they put on there, that's probably a picture from about 20, 30 years ago.
That's if it's even them.
Hey Realist One,
Hey,
thank y'all
realist.
for hanging out. Hit the like.
Yeah, but
Go ahead,
sometimes
sis.
that's even like just like women. They got the Photoshop and all these other things, but back then they didn't really have the Photoshop. So a lot of them use there's somebody else. Time you get to meet them, you're like, that is not the same person. So we may assume it's an older pic, but it was never them. Remember, times are different now, but back then, we all thought that, a bunch of people being that, you don't go out, you don't socialize, you don't go to parties. So we could started to connect to people online because we thinking, hey, they just like us, you know, they looking for love or just like us, and then we trick our minds into thinking that they have, like, not saying we have the same personality, but what I mean is personality wise, hey, they don't hang out, they here with me, I don't hang out, we don't go to parties, we don't do this. So how do we meet people if we're not out? Oh, ding 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 ding, hey, they right here on the internet. So we thinking that we're going through the same struggles and we're gonna get like close and then meet each other and stuff like that. And I think that happens to a lot of people too who does not go out on a regular.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Sugar Love on the panel, realist one in the chat. And that's so true.
Sis?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I thought your thing went out.
oh no, I had to mute. Y'all know how it is as soon as you go on live, everybody in the world wants to come and knock on the door and ask you questions.
Or
Crazy.
or the dog or the cat.
Or the
Yeah.
dog or the cat. The dog starts barking. Mm-hmm.
Dog or the cat. Yes. Yeah, but I think that's like a lot of people's main problem is you think that that person is in the same mind state that you're in, especially like if you're an elderly person or you like a lot of people like scammers, like they'll look for people who like just lost a loved one. And then that's the person that they will pretend to be. Oh, I just lost my wife too. So they will find things that will be similar where you can bond off what you think that you're bonding off of. So sometimes you gotta like throw a curb, but these days you throw a curb up in there to make sure you can't copy off me, you know. But we gotta remember that with the we don't see the narcissism online. We see the narcissism in person. So that's why a lot of people guards are down.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I always say all the time, make sure when you're talking to somebody at a certain period of time, you meet somebody online, you need to see them in video, because like I said earlier, you think it's you think you talking to a dude, that's really a girl.
I've seen that too. And another thing too, it's hard to do background checks on them because even if you do see them in real life, you know, they're still playing a character, you know. And then with the background check, according to the name they give you, that background check may be beautiful. You might be like, yes, not knowing again, that's not them. So seeing their face doesn't mean that it matches that background. That could still be somebody else's background. So you have to be careful on that too. But the main thing you got to be careful of people problems. You know, you grown. I ain't got nothing to do with your problems. So we just got to get that in our head. Well, if that failed, you're a grown man. When you okay, I'm so sorry that's happening. You know, let me know. You know, they like if you speak it to somebody who doesn't know how to figure it out on their own, and they come to you as a person that you never seen me and don't know me and need my help, red flag.
Exactly. I wish I had known that when I was 19 before I made that fool make me. Boy, my dad was mad. You remember how back in the day, the what those purses were that was expensive? Uh, what was the purses that was expensive, sis?
Louis Vuitton? I don't know.
Mm-mm. It was way back in the day. Uh,
Purses
and I
has
know
never been my thing.
I know. But I remember my dad bought me a expensive purse for my 16th birthday, and I hawked it for that African. Boy, my dad was hot. He said, I want to go to Africa and beat him down.
That's if they're in Africa.
No, he was. That's when I found out when the mask finally fell off. That's when I found out that it was an African. When he said, send me some things," because he wanted me to buy him some stuff from the store and get it posted to that address. And I was like, Ivory Coast, what?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he lived there.
I don't know.
That's just the address they give you. Because you got to remember now that we know better, because you know you find out more information, you watch more show. It's a group of them that work together. It's not just one person. So you may think that you're dealing with one person, but in reality, you're dealing with a group of scammers. So it's women and men, they are both involved, right? So a lot of people just think, oh no, it's a group, and that's what they do, you know. So and a lot of times it's just so the popo can't catch up with them, you know, they'll give addresses of people that they know or where the stuff can go. And a lot of times they are married in real life and you're taking care of their family. You just don't know. And a lot of times their wives are down with it or their girlfriends is down with it. But it's a group thing, you know. So like I said, another thing is if you online, like you got to think of how long it take for people to start telling you like their personal business.
Yeah, and also when you are talking to these people and they never tell you anything about themselves, they only want to know about you so that they can mirror exactly that to scam you.
Yeah, but it's usually it's a little it's opposite on the internet. In real life, it's that way, but on the internet, it's a little bit opposite. They only want to know a little bit about you, but in all reality, they telling you a lot about them. Why? Because it's all lies. So usually they'll, oh yeah, this and so when you hear like in real life, you're like in real life they want they want to know all about you. But on the internet, they want you to know, quote unquote, all about them. So you could start picking up feelings and emotions really quick. You know, oh, he told me about his mother, you know, talking about his father's sick, and then oh, and the grandma there, and like they're the only one there that got a business and they're trying to make it work. Like you would know all about them because it's all fake. So I think that's the only difference where, you know, we have to remember in real life, narcissists they want to know all about you. Internet narcissists tell you all about them because they can't waste no time. They got to hurry up and sink you in because it's a money grab.
Tay got it exactly. That's what it was. It was a Dooney and Burke bag that my dad bought.
I've never heard of that ever.
Yeah, Dooney and Burke. And
I,
back in the day, that used to be pretty expensive because they're leather bags.
I've never heard of that ever. Probably Burke, I think, but I never heard of Dooney.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of them live here and send stuff home, you know. So we have to be very careful of how long, again, did it take for them to start feeding us information, you know, because if we're feeding them information, okay, you know, but once they want to give you like in real life, would you have told me all of this? Would you have told me about your bank? Why? Because you know I can be able to see these things, everything that you're talking about, and you will have to show me proof. Now, if you ask them for proof there, you know, they got fake documents and all these other fake things or whatever. But my main thing is if you are a grown person and another grown person tell you, like start telling you how good life is, then all of a sudden things start happening. Run, run.
Yep, that's what happened to me because y'all don't know. I was engaged and never even saw the guy's face.
Yeah. And then and it's a and I, back in the days, hey Gio, they had a big. They used to have like a well, email wise, but it's like they had like an equivalent to, you know how back in the days you had the telephone book where everybody names and stuff in it.
Yeah, I know. They used to, that's how it used to be. Everything used to be out there.
Right. So
And, oh, go
right.
ahead.
So now they have an equivalent to that, like far as like emails and looking at people. They have like a sheet or they have data. Okay, now you call that one, you call this one, you call that one, you know. And they don't just scam women. They just go down, the line, you know, fake products and all of these different things. But and then you have some too. They will send you something, right? That's a bait. I'll send you something. Like let's say you say something is going on or whatever, they'll send you something. So now you feel indebted to that person when something happens, quote unquote, to them. Or so you think, because you thinking, hey, but they only gonna send you like the bare minimum, or I can help. We together now. Yeah, I seen you something. You so happy that you got it, not knowing how much they're gonna take you for.
Yeah, they call that the bait and switch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but a lot of times too, it's not even just for money. Sometimes it's just to for the XEXX. Sometimes it's not just about money. It's just about conquering. I could get and a lot of them. I hate to say it though. That's how a lot of STDs are passed. Because you have a lot of men too who have STDs and they're so mad that they have it, they want to give it to many people as possible. And remember, this go both ways. Go for women and it go for men. So you have to be careful about that. Money is like, oh boy, I'm so glad you took that. STD stay with you forever.
Yep.
You forever. I can get that back. But a lot of women get caught out there because a lot of these men, they put the pictures up there or whatever, and then they've been done mess with all these women or men and women, and then contracted these STDs, and now they want to give it to anybody who they can give it to. So that's another red flag when people want to hurry up. The same way some of them you're not going to meet because they're not in the same country, but you do have the ones that's in your country that wants to hurry up and meet you, and they want to hurry up and fall in love and hurry up and get you in the BED.
Yep.
You can say bed, right? I don't know
Yeah,
what you
you
can
can.
say on YouTube no
Yeah,
more. Leave me
I know. People call out everything now.
I don't know what to
Yeah,
say.
and they try everything in order to get you. If they feel like something is not working, okay, that didn't work. Let me try this. They pull out all the tricks that they can.
I mean, that's just like they changed it up. Remember, they had the Black Planet, and don't forget they got the Christian mingles. And I'm like, and people don't know that's the one of the worst ones is the Christian mingles. Because what do most women do? Go to church, right? So, okay, most women go to church, and most women want a godly man. And then there's a shortage of men that is in church. So here they go with the Christian mingle. Like, okay, so I know if I talk to this guy and I know he's about God, he's going to do me right. So you think.
Yep, that's one of the oof, Christian mingle. That's
Mm-hmm.
I know somebody who got burnt really bad for that
Mm-hmm.
Christian mingle, talking about they were a pastor,
Mm-hmm.
and find out later on that they were married with how many kids? 3, 4 kids.
Yeah, but that's one of the biggest ones because they know for a fact that you are going to be more relaxed because they got the word Christian there, or you saying the word church, or you speaking upon the word of God. So they figure you're going to be more relaxed and you're going to be not thinking more of they're going to get me or they're scammers because they got the word Christian mingles there, you know.
Yeah, that like that makes them like better just because you put Christian in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true. And I never even thought about it that way. I'm so glad you said that, sis, because I never even thought about that most women want a godly man. That's true. That's yeah, that's enlightening. I was like, wow. But I don't do the online dating. I think it was like that one time like I just told you guys about, and then this other time on Facebook. That's the reason why I don't do Facebook anymore, but I was talking to somebody a long time, and I didn't know all of these pictures that I had seen on his profile were pictures that he had downloaded from the internet. That wasn't even him. That wasn't even him. Because I was like, before this goes any further, like, I need to see you, I need to talk to you, and all of that. And then he completely cut me off because he knew the gig was up.
And I know you said thank you.
Yep.
Go on to your next prey. Yeah, but a lot of times too, you have to, like I said, if you are a widow, Christian mingle sites is a good way to get women, and widow sites is another great way to get women and men out of their money,
Mm-hmm.
because people take the loss that you have and they know that you're lonely. They know that your kids are grown. Well, when I mean widow, I mean older widows. I don't, because you can pass away at any age, but I
Right.
mean the older ones who kids is out the house and they're empty nester and their kids have moved and got these jobs and they're left by themselves, you know. So that's the best thing to do, is to make somebody think, hey, you won't be by yourself no more. I know exactly how you feeling. I had the same feeling when my wife, you know, oh, your wife passed away too. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
then you start getting closer to them. So the Christian ones, be careful, and the ones for widow. And then you got to be careful too. The third one you have to be careful with is the ones who claim like somebody is sick, like in their family, and they need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Cause they,
Because they're so boggled down with being a caregiver. I've been in that
mm-hmm,
app too. You want somebody else, because it is true. When you're a caregiver, you want somebody else, because if somebody is not a caregiver, they can't understand your frustration. So
mm-hmm.
it's nice to talk to somebody who's going through the same thing. But yeah, these people are scamming out here. They don't even have nobody they're taking care of. They don't even have a person who's sick.
No, but the thing of that too, the way they pull the story up there, and then all of a sudden, all the insurance money ran out, and the doctors are pressuring me, and I'm trying to say they like, and it could be a quote unquote their child or whatever, grandma, whomever, you know, but and people be amazed. Another one is pet lovers, right? That bonds people too. That's a way of getting a lot of people in, especially like people who have like that big heart, and that's why you see a lot of men in their videos. You see them always having their pet with them, because in your mind, if you love your pet, you must be a quote unquote loving person. So you gotta be careful with them pet lovers. And when you're looking at people and they got their pets, a lot of pets all up in their video, you better think twice. Cause
Hmm.
that's the will. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh yeah, and they're always walking their dog in the
Mm-hmm.
park.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And who take pictures like that? Yeah, people. But again, we don't think like that. I gotta say here and there, but you got that beautiful smile with the pet, or you rubbing the pet, or they showing you. That's another way to will people in. Pets will do it to you.
Yeah, they will. And they're always to, oh, I love my pet so much. And you're thinking as a woman, oh my God, this is the
Mm-hmm.
guy of my dreams. He loves animals. He takes
Yes.
care of his grandma. They know exactly what to say. I'm telling y'all, ladies, you better open up your eyes. And
Yeah,
what
because it's always the things that we don't think of. You know, we too busy thinking of the bigger scams. We don't know. We gotta truly understand a scam is a scam, and they're gonna use whatever thing or whatever way they can do to get you. They're gonna get you. So we just thinking like, okay, they're asking for. No, they may not. Like I said, pet lovers. Even if you don't have a pet yourself, it's just the point that first they're going to see if you like pets, because a lot of people don't like pets, so they're not going to bother with you at all. But you, even if you don't have one, but if you see the quote unquote care that they give to their pet, and that's my buddy, and that's my best friend, and they also about their pet, I'm like, hold up now, and we just
Mhm.
we just fall right in.
Yep. And I can't leave out, like we've been talking about the guys for a while, but I ain't gonna lie. I have a few friends who they play the men, the damsel in distress.
Well, mine's go for both. It's just that I just use men because I deal with men, but it could go for both.
Yeah,
It could go for both. I'm not
and
saying
they're
right.
always talking about how, oh, they've been hurt so bad and they need someone to rescue them. Their life is, and they ain't never even been in a committed relationship.
And
And
then
talk about their husband died, and or every time the story changes depending on the guy.
it depends on the age. So by a certain age, a lot of people like to get you with that intellectual hustle. We got to remember that intellectual hustle also exists here. So you may think, oh my goodness, this guy is so smart, he knows something. But that's a hustle to get you in, to where you in, just like a regular knock, because they still are narcissistic people, right? But you got to be very careful of these intellectual uh, scammers, but we don't know they scammers. And then the people that's go getters, like we may think they go getters. I'm like, at your age, you should have. We don't say to ourselves, well, at your age, you should have got it already. Depending on you. Remember, a lot of things is going to be done differently because of your age. So somebody that's 19, you're not going to tell a person that's 19 the same thing you would tell a person in their 30s and 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And then you also have to remember also that you're not going to tell me something that you would tell a 20-year-old. Like that's a conversation with a 20-year-old about you. Hey, I'm going to make this rap album. Like you still like 40, 50 years old, you still going to get this rap album, or like I'm a go-getter and I have to, but I need help. I'm trying to get my company together. I'm trying to get my life together. When you start hearing conversations that do not match the age, that's another red flag.
Mm-hmm. And they're always, all I need. Here's the line, sis. All I need is one real woman to ride with me and hold me down.
Right. That's right there. In my mind, this conversation is over. You don't have to worry about me again. But again, people don't think about age brackets when we're having general conversations. So if what you're telling me as a 45, 50, 60-year-old man matches the same thing a 25-year-old person would say, red flag. You should already have established something, even if it's Social Security. You know what I'm saying? You should automatically have something done. I'm not help. No, I cannot help you. And if you, yeah, that ride or die. And if you are Geo, okay. So if you're having that, and then it's you're a grown man and your grandkids, and you can't work that problem out right then and there, that goes to tell you you should not be with that person. If somebody's not telling you their problem and with the solution and what they're going to do, and you're still looking for help, red flag. A grown conversation is, yeah, I had lost my job, but I put in a lot of resumes, and I'm going out. But you got to say, they not the fact that they lost it. Well, they laid off. They laid us off. They closed the company, or they decided to, change it or something like that. See, but they're coming up with their own solutions, and they also say, yeah, I have my savings or whatever, because sometimes that could be true. Long as you're not asking me to help you at my age.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I can't take. Like, everybody goes through ups and downs in life, and their money goes up and down. But I'm talking about this happened to you, but then what is the solution? Don't be saying this is happening to me and then looking at me with their eyes, with their pupils all dilated, like it's you the one that's gonna rescue me. But like, I got to go.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And then, people, they will even go to the extremes. Oh, I'm going to be homeless. And, oh, you know, I don't know, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, that's you talking to the wrong person. You better get your 20, but again, society put in these men minds that after 35, like a woman, her dating pool goes down. So they think. They don't understand. We're very happy. We're very happy.
You better say that again.
We are
people. I don't know what's the problem. Why they always paint? Oh, if you're single, you're miserable. Being single can make you the happiest you've ever been in your whole life.
Tell us this. So, but in their mind, how long have you been single? I hate that question because now you're trying to get me to the point to whereas you thinking that I'm one of them single, lonely one. No, hey, Gio.
Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Okay.
What's up, Sugar Love?
Let's baby. Let's hear your story, Gio. I'm hearing some things about
this
Instagram
all the time. Every 6, 7 times a day. I get these people in my DMs, not only in Instagram, Facebook, and sometimes Twitter. Okay, but this one particular one caught me on a good day. Okay, because I was not nice at all. All right. But at first, because I have my own business and I be putting out, images and my website, sometimes you have to be kind of nice to people to see where they going to take it, right? So this particular one, his name is Mitchell O. Austin. I don't know. Austin. That's his name, Mitchell.
Oh, I got it too. I got it.
Oh, he got you too?
Oh, yeah. We should have showed our receipts.
Oh, he said to me, hello. How are you doing today? And I wrote, I'm doing well because I don't know if there's somebody really interested in my business or what. And then he said, good, nice meeting you. So I said the same. And then he said, it's my pleasure. How was work today? Immediately that sent me to 10. So now you're trying to find out if I work, right? So that he can continue to see if it's worth it to continue the conversation. So I said, work? You assuming that I work? And I wrote LOL. Do you work? And don't tell me you are an actor or a prince. And I said, because I'm not a fool. Then he wrote, fool? How do you mean? And I said, and I'm not desperate and I don't give my money to men. The little that I do have, I want to keep. And then he said, and what calls for that? I said, I'm just getting this out the way. Can you handle it? And then he said, that's not how to approach strangers. I said, I can approach your, what did I say? I can't.
Yeah, you can approach your blankety blank blank blank.
Right. I can approach your blankety blankety yes, anyway I want to. You asked if I work, but let me tell you. I said, but I tell you what I want to do. Can you teach me how to do what you do?
That's right. Tell it.
I said, can you teach me how to live off of people for free?
Yes, tell us all.
I said, I said, that's what I've been trying to get somebody to teach me because I don't want to work. He didn't say nothing else. I just blocked him after that.
That needs to go on a t-shirt, right? When they get can you please teach me?
I want to know how you do it.
That's a t-shirt right there. I want to know how you do it.
Now, I like what Marlene said. Tell them what you say to her. We said we was going to say the next time. We was talking about this last night. And Marlene said she tells them she's a princess and she needs $50,000.
Yeah, that's what I tell them every time. I said, because I was telling them earlier about how I always get the Nigerian princess. I don't know why the Nigerian princes love me. It must be my big eyes. They must love big eyes in Africa. But anyways, one of them said, oh, here's the line. Oh, hi, beautiful. I just wanted to say something to you to brighten your day. And I was like, oh, Lord, here it comes.
Here we go.
And I was like, oh, I said, it's so nice to be graced with your presence. And then they put back all these smiles because, I done boosted up their ego. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna
then
play.
they said, oh, I'm a Nigerian prince. I was like, here it come. The mask just fell off. I was like, oh, I said, a Nigerian prince. I said, I have never been in the presence of a Nigerian prince. And he was like, well, the prince is glad to meet you. And I'm over there laughing because I know what I'm doing. But anyways, I like to mess with people. What you
They
said?
could be a prince of 5. I remember when in certain countries you could be the prince, but your whole village is like 4 people. So
yeah, I said I was going to write a little bitty song for it, and then just put it on like an audio. And so when one of them, hit my DM, I'm just going to play that. I'm a princess looking for 50K.
Okay.
I've been waiting for you to do that. But
can you handle it? It's not going to be like that, y'all, because when I do something like that, it is fire. Okay.
I know all your songs, all the songs you write are always that way. But
crazy.
But then he says to me, oh, I'm a prince. I was like, oh, I never been in the presence of a prince. And I was like, oh, wow. I was like, man, if you're a prince, all I need is $50,000 to get myself together, and then I'll be good. I never hear from them again. Never. That if you want to get rid of somebody in your DMs and they asking you for money, you say, oh, all I need is $50,000 and I'll be straight.
Right.
I just don't have that luck. I don't know what it is about my demeanor. I don't get all besides that one person, but that's because she did not too far. But all the years I've been on, I've never got a DM. I'm like, what the my face scare people away? Like, what is it? Nobody has DM'd me, not even to say nothing. Or if they did, maybe they noticed that they would start off platonic and I would keep her platonic, and so they couldn't fill me out. So, but I've never got it. I'm like, what is wrong? I'd be mad after a while. Like, what's wrong with me? God dang it. Can a scammer call me, please? Not let me stop. I can't even play like my sister over here and sing a song. I would love to play with them for a little bit.
Well, me and Gio, not Gio, cuts it off. I like to mess with people. That's what I do. I was like, oh, you want to play? It depends on how petty I want to be.
Well, what about a black woman is God? I took so much heck breaking down the understanding. Well, you know what? Me personally, if a man feels that way, and if he have a legit reason why he feels that way, then let him feel that way. Now, just like women, if they feel like me, I don't believe no human being is God. To me, God is God. But if somebody has a reason, by saying because she give life and all this other stuff, if they have a good reason, then hey, let it be. Talking about the phone, right?
Well, this is the thing with me, people need to stop trying to live out for folks, and it's hard enough out here. Everybody is trying. I mean, you can't go to the grocery store with $30. You're going to come out with 2 items.
I don't feel like talking about that right now, sister. I went shopping yesterday.
That's what I'm talking about.
$70. And it wasn't even enough. I couldn't make a full meal out of it. You still had to.
That's what I'm talking about. And here we got people sliding up in our DM trying to take the money. Now, see, I'm real passionate about that, Sugar Love. I don't like that. I don't want you up in my DM. I'm trying to do this home business so I can pay my bills, not to give it to you. Because I have worked on myself. I am not desperate. I love who I am. I can live, honey. I'm happy. Okay? If God want me with somebody, He gonna give me the right one, because you already know I'm not gonna just take nobody. So when I get them up in my DM, I just tell them off. Then I block them.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah,
You
because
mean I gotta stop
society.
being petty?
No, I will be petty, girl. You know how he is. I'm gonna be petty for a little bit. Make you think you struck gold. Like, you know how that man, what's that commercial when he got the dollar dangling? That would be me. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Make you think you're gonna get that done. But
Right. But
society,
it makes you almost not want to be on social media because they are relentless. And don't go on the dating sites, honey. I tell anybody right now, ain't nothing but scammers on the dating site. Christian Mingles for sure.
Gia,
They all are God sent and God this
yeah.
and God that, and they be quoting scriptures, and they ain't nothing but the devil himself.
And I will quote the best. God said, "He who what's the one? He who does not work does not eat." Well, you better get to work. You know the Bible. Go on. But like but me, I don't even like, even in real life. I've never thought about like the dating sites or what. And this is even before I knew there was scam stuff. I do like that single. I do like being by myself, and no, I do not feel like being bothered. One day I probably will, but how I feel, I don't. It's like once you get a certain age, and then you've been single and it feels so good. I'm like, I feel so good right now. I think me getting a relationship will mess up my feel good, right? It'll mess up my feel good. I feel so good. No, I don't want, no, don't call me. Nobody's asking me no questions. Where you going? What you doing? Laying all up under me and all that other stuff.
And ain't nobody messing up my house and leaving their dirty drawers.
Thank you. All the above.
And y'all, most of those people that is online, because I've done my research, and I'm telling you, all women. This is not a man. They go get the man's pictures and they put them up, and behind the scammer is a woman, because women know exactly what to say to get the lonely people. So if you have not confronted your loneliness, you need to do so, because you're going to fall for it every time.
I can't say that enough. People always talk about, oh, I've been single for so long, and guess what? My ex got in contact with me. I said, you should hung that phone right up. And how do he even still have your number? I said, yeah. Like I said, everything depends on your age wise. At your age, when you call me within like 6 or 7 years, that's telling me that the grass wasn't greener on the other side. Nobody wants you. Use an F up. So now you want to go travel back in time. And no, so you better roll your dices and get you somebody new, because you let me know you still haven't changed, and whatever didn't work out for you. I am nobody's cushion. So if you fall. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Ooh, I'm telling you that when I just saw, that was like a flashback to my past. Plenty of Fish. Oh, it's so much pain on Plenty of Fish.
And who want to see somebody private? That's what they saying.
And that's all you get. That's nothing.
That's it. And I'm like I ain't never seen it before.
I was like, you better keep that to yourself. And I'm like, that's it. And I said, one of them, I said, that's it.
Don't send me no cooked one and all of it. I done seen so many. I don't even know that they were made in them kind of shapes.
Oh my goodness!
Not shapes.
Oh my god!
Now y'all know I'm gonna keep it real, okay?
Not shapes. Oh, I'm gonna have to clip that part.
Go and see.
No, you don't clip it, girl.
What in the world?
You got the
send me one that was so hooked over.
That's what I was gonna say. You got the hook, the bent, the snake, the straight. You got all them different ones.
I couldn't imagine that doing nothing.
The fat, the long, the narrow. Let me stop. This for adults only. Nobody under 18. Nobody under 18. This is not for you.
Now y'all gonna make me have to put this 18 and over.
I haven't been on Plenty of Fish in years, but like with me and my sister, we went on there, and she was like, "Girl, did you get so and so?" I said, "Girl, yeah." She said, "Let's delete our accounts." I said, "Delete."
Oh my goodness.
It was
And,
awful. It's
and
and
that
since the pandemic, it is nothing but scammers on these dating sites. You cannot believe if anybody is real, and most of them are women. So
Yeah, I can't deal with it. I'm so sick of people sending me them D pics. I am sick of it.
yeah.
I was like, did I ask you to send me a D pic? And I was like, and sometimes it's very laughable.
That's what I say. What is that?
I was like, that's all you got,
I
homeboy?
just sent it to him. What is that? That's. I mean, we just telling y'all what y'all gonna get. What is the word saying? He talking about haven't been fishing since. Oh, he talking about. I guess he talking to somebody else. But he tickled me. He said, I went on plenty of fish, never got so many nude pics. Most I didn't want to steal. I'm still healing from the trauma. Child, me too. And that's been years ago. It's pitiful.
Mm-mm. Oh my God, it's terrible out here on this internet.
and you know what's even worse? Because we just speaking of foreign relationships online too. So I'm just gonna just cover some of everything. You also have these men that's going after these babies. You
Yeah.
know, they're acting like they're younger, and they're trapping these young girls off. And then
But
sometimes,
these young girls need to listen to their mothers when they tell them, or either just don't have the internet uh, in their home. Because I had my husband's uh, uh, will be let's see, what was she? That she was his niece, and she went on the internet and was talking to some man. She thought it was a young guy and met him, and they trafficked her. And the
that's
only
I didn't want to say that word, but yeah, exactly.
Right. And the only way they got her back after a good 6 months, they had to hire a private detective. And I can't say too much where she was and all
Right,
of this stuff.
right.
But when she came back, oh, this girl had to be in therapy for at least a whole
Oh
year.
my gosh. And then you have some kids too that don't live with their parents. Some is in foster care, some is being raised. So some of
Mhm.
them, oh yeah, my family don't love me. And here go these grown men. Oh, but you're so beautiful. You mean
I
nobody
know.
love you? I love you. You ain't never meet me a day in your life. And remember, this can go both ways. This can go both ways. So
Yeah.
people got to be careful about people that care about you, quote unquote, but don't even know you, but you care so much about me, right? Another red flag.
Yeah, and
Well,
all of these Dateline where they expose all these things. It's all of these grown men, and I mean these are like well-to-do men, like doctors, lawyers, and when they do the crackdown, they meeting these girls like 14 years old, and they all know because they show it on the Dateline where
Oh,
they say, I'm 14, and they
I
say, yeah, we
forgot.
know.
I forgot to tell you another way they are attracting girls, young girls and young boys. They have these new games now, right? So it's like oh God, I gotta find that. So I'm gonna show it on my show. But they're playing. You know how you could play online with people, these video games? Remember what was that old game? I think it was called Sims or something. When you create like the
Yeah.
person and the clothes or whatever, and then some. That's another way they're getting people too, And then you could do certain things in these games, like have them like doing. But again, these are not 18 and over games, but they're doing a lot of 18 and over stuff, right? So that's another way they know, okay, we'll start off like playing a game. So you do got a lot of grown people that does play games, and some of these games are adults, but again, there's no way to find out if you're speaking to an adult because they could just say you got to just push you 18 and over. And yeah, I'm 18 and over, but you're really not.
Yeah, and they always say that they're 18 when they know that they're 12, 11 years old.
Yeah, and then that's their way of keeping your time locked in with them. So we got to remember that too, because like 8 o'clock, I got to be. I'm going to play this game, and a lot of people, these kids. When I mean kids, I mean anybody that's stuck on video. To me, you're a kid, right? But a lot of people, that's my way of keeping your time, me occupying your time and taking you away from the real world. So you start off with, the game. Then you start off, oh, you're such a good player. Where do you live?
Oh,
Mhm. And
Yeah.
then they want to meet up.
So
Hmm.
these games, be careful with these new games or apps that is out there.
Yep, that's why for my nephew, whatever he's playing on his phone, I get it to come back on my phone so I mirror can see everything that he's doing. So he ain't no tricks. I'm like, well, what's this? You ain't playing that game no more.
Yeah, and then you have to remember too, for the young boys, a lot of these young boys are getting caught up out there too, because you have a lot of these men, they with the ABC community or whatever, and they start that small with them too, and they get taken advantage of also, then and all of a sudden they want you to stay again. They start small and then they send me money or whatever, but you don't know, or because again they locked you in for, and a lot of times you on a video game 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. Sometimes people they wake up and then they up until daylight they on the video games.
Yeah. And that's why you got to be careful about these games what they give kids, and that's why I don't play those things like when I'm
All
out.
these apps.
Yeah, and the apps, and that's why I don't play these games like with young folk in your family. You better watch what these young folks like. Why they always got their nose in the phone? What you on there doing? Who you talking to? Y'all
Well,
better don't think, oh, they just playing a little game. Game with who?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then they again, if it's for a little girl or a little boy, once they start going through puberty or whatever, they just like, hey, sorry, YouTube, they just don't like their parents. Like, you just can't do nothing right. Everything we do get on their nerves because their hormones start kicking in, and then that's the best time to catch a lot of people. So you got the young people, you catch them when their hormones start kicking in. Remember, it depends on your age bracket. And then you got the next bracket of like the 35 and over, because they think that we're lonely. And then you got the then you got the 60 and over. They think you lonely and you're desperate and you don't want to go, leave this earth by yourself. So whatever, you got to remember your same game is just ran different depending on your age bracket.
right. That's why I tell them, and just like I told this last one, I'm not desperate. And I'm not lonely. I'm not giving you no money. Okay? So let's just get that straight off the top. I want to do what you do. Can you teach me?
My thing is, can you outlast my battery? If you
Oh, snap.
Oh.
if you could go longer than my battery, we getting married. No, I mean nonstop. No break, no nothing.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
No water break, no nothing.
If so,
But I just want to say that I gotta go. These young girls and young guys, children, really, the internet is not a good place, okay? Because you got all kind of predators on the internet. And before my husband passed away, he used to be so hurt about his niece, okay? And he was just saying, why couldn't she just know that we love her? Why did she? Because teenagers think that they know everything, and we're dumb. Now she understands. And she's doing well now, but it took so long for her to get back to herself because of the abuse that she suffered. So I just want to say my last words on here is just be very careful. If your mom and dad says don't get off the internet, who you talking to, just tell them so that they can help you figure out if this is a real person or somebody that's going to take your life.
Right, Gio, and tell them also stay out my DMs.
Right.
Or, like when we was young, when we used to go out, and I think that's when we always like left a number like we was going, and then the cell phones came out. So what we used to do is like we would like wherever you take us or whatever, we're gonna make a phone call ourselves. Oh, my phone not working or whatever. So that person on that caller ID can get that number to where you're at. Like, if you are going to meet these, sometimes you may have to take a girlfriend with you. You have to make sure your phone at that point put on your tracker.
Well, it was just like this time my sister was telling me that I hear about the story that this young girl, 16, was talking to this older man. He was a predator. And she fell for it and gave him her address and everything. And he flew out to this state where she was. And because after she seen him, she didn't want to have nothing to do with him. He killed the mama and the grandmother. This is the kind of right. This is the kind of things that kids need to hear about. But most kids, the way that they think they Superman and Superwoman. Oh, that won't happen to me. I'm smarter.
Oh, I'm so sick of hearing that. I know. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I knew way better. I used to tell my mom all the time, I don't know what you would do if I wasn't here. Because y'all don't know nothing.
Child, I found myself getting off the floor with that one.
Oh, you know how I used to do it. I used to say it right when I had the door open and then take off.
Oh my gosh!
Because I know your mama would have.
And then you know how you had to duck because a shoe was coming. So
right,
something was coming.
Right,
it may not been the shoe. Yeah, and then like I said, a lot of times with these people, I mean, in life, out of life, you gonna have to always tell people, I don't care what you want. I don't know what you want. So I'm setting up roadblocks for anything that you might come with. So you have to learn how to protect yourself. So if you're asking for money, I got a roadblock for that. If you try to come for me that direction, I ain't got nothing but love for you, baby. That's it. So you have to put different road, like it's like you are the highway or whatever. You have to put roadblocks there. So whatever, because you never know which way they're coming at you at. You don't know they're gonna pull what heartstrings they're gonna pull, or whatever that they feel that you're lacking, they're gonna pull them strings, right? And then, and especially not again going out with any of these people online. People that we meet in a public place. A lot of times, Gio, a lot of times when you meet in a public place, sometimes that still doesn't matter if they're not working the scam by themselves. Yep. So even if you come with somebody and they have a bunch of people set up, that's a lot of times they could still get you in a hotel or a compromising place, you and your friend. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of men get caught out like that. Women get caught out like that too, but more men get caught out like that because, I'm a man. The woman telling me to come on over or meet her somewhere. Let's go to a hotel. Not knowing that there's other men that's like in the closet or whatever they slip something in your glass, you got.
That's what I'm trying to say. And people gotta open up their eyes to things. And I'm so grateful that, I had a sister that was in my business when I was 19, trying to be fast, talking to somebody on the internet, talk about I'm engaged, but I ain't never seen nobody. Oh my God. Imagine if that went through. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that if that had went through, because he was like, all I need you to do is get on the bus and come up here. That's what I was fitting to do when my sister found out. It was like, you going where? No, you're not.
And then, too, that's a good way of getting people into cults also.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot
Colt and those ring, what do you call it? Those
X rings.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
trying to find a way to say it.
yeah, we spell it. Yeah, but that's a good thing because they people don't understand. A lot of times you don't know people. Time you think that they are now seeing you and now picked you, not knowing that they've been plotting on you. They been was
Yeah.
looking at your pictures. They been was seeing how your life was. A lot of times, and then because they have to get to know you without you not knowing that you know them. It's like even on my Facebook, I don't never ever say anything personal. I keep things just as general going to get, But a lot of times, like if you have a pet, oh, my pet passed away, or rest in peace to this one. So when you constantly saying these things on social media, they are learning you.
Yeah.
So by the time like they meet you, that you don't know that, oh man, I just love dogs, but they only saying that because you said your pet just passed away. You understand? You don't know that you fed them the information.
Yeah. They've been watching you for a long time.
And and then they go through your friends list depending on what social media site that you're on, but YouTube is a little bit worse because you have a lot of intellectual hustlers, and then you got all these wannabe spiritualists and and all these woke people, so you seeing them all the time. You're like, wow, yeah, I feel a connection. The next thing you know, they got you too. So, people don't always look bad and stuff all the time. Sometimes they come to you, oh, I'm gonna help you open your third eye and then your
Oh
kundalini
boy,
and, and
that's a
esoteric
red flag
this.
when you hear that.
And the extraterritorial. I don't want to know that. I'm glad you're smarter than me, but I don't know where that's going to help you in life, But I'm glad you have all this knowledge. They always telling you they got knowledge or they know knowledge and how smart they are.
Yeah, they have so much knowledge, but they ain't got two nickels to rub together. I was like, you need to use some of that knowledge to get some money.
And that, you know what? That's a problem. And I'm glad you said that, sis. A lot of them, oh, we believe in nature and we don't believe in the government and we don't believe in money. We have no value on money or nothing. But in all reality, they want you to send them money. But that's a good one. A good one. But I thought she wasn't materialistic or whatever. And then they may come with things are wrong and a lot of times, or they'll come with, well, you could donate whatever you want.
Yeah, or they'll say, I don't really like asking for help, but sometimes you gotta humble yourself.
Or a closed mouth don't get fed. And
They love, boy. There is so much lines out there
that's why I said it all. That's why you gotta put a roadblock there because you don't know. That's why I ain't teaching. Open your own eye. I only tell what people can see. If any way you want to do it, the word, there is somebody that's going to make sure they're just like you. because they're gonna find things where y'all gonna have a what's that word? Something in common with.
Yeah, they call that mirroring.
Not mirroring, that's when they mirroring your behavior. But in a sense, yes, it is mirroring, but something in common. So they're not really mirroring. It's like we just have something like in common. Well, this person don't like
common
talking about
personalities.
right. Yeah, exactly. Right. So you may come across somebody to say, I'm not a teacher. Oh, please, I ain't a teacher either. Because you know how these people are. And then that starts a conversation. Like whatever you do can start a conversation. I don't care how you are. And there's nobody exempt. Nobody exempt. So that's why you got to roadblock certain things, because you don't know if this person is authentic or not. Time will only tell that. But until time tell that, protect yourself. That's why I was going to use next week. Now I have to think of something else. Yeah, whatever you can come up with. If I'm seeing you, I'm constantly listening.
Oh, you don't have to change anything, word. We can find a new way to spin the same thing.
It always could be. Remember, it's a different audience, and you can always
it's a different audience. Yeah, you ain't got to change nothing. We'll chat. We'll chat on IG.
Yeah, but and that's why I tell people all the time: stop saying it can't be me, or couldn't have been me,
or it will never happen to me.
Right. I say, people, you have to thank God that you didn't run across them people. People don't be thankful. They thinking they're really smart. No, you're not smart. You need to be thankful. But that doesn't mean you still ain't gonna get got.
Mm-hmm. And the whole thing about it, when I got, I didn't even know it happened.
That's the thing.
I didn't even know it happened to me until somebody said, "Yeah, you just got."
And then that's why people, I don't even want to hear all that, because people, like I said, they study you. So they already know like your temperament, like they know like your personality. If they see something that they want out of you. Now, if I didn't see nothing that I can get from you, then I'm not studying you. But if you saying all of that, and then I know you got like a good job, I'm going to work on whatever you just said.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say all the time. Just this, and that's why I did my topic earlier about social media. And these people on this app, on this YouTube.
But that's anywhere you go, sis. Any app or whatever. It's like there is no, in this social media where it's like there is nowhere safe. Nowhere safe. So if you can try to keep it to whereas they don't cross the line, let them know I'm broke. I ain't got nothing for you. I don't care if you got the best pocketbook or whatever. Start off with, man, I'm living bill to bill. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need to hear from me. I'm living check to check.
Yeah.
I'm barely making it. And no, I don't want nothing from nobody. So you let him know. I'm not saying that to you neither. Well, if you feel like they start talking about, you have to have a comeback for if they come to you with something that might pull your heartstrings.
Yep, you have to be ready for everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because and we've talked about it before, sis. Like, don't go into meeting somebody with expectations.
Mm-hmm.
That and I feel like that's the problem with most people. They're so lonely and ready to fall in love that the moment somebody does anything, they're just like, oh, I love them.
And then we gotta stop trying to look for love. Can we at least look for like first? Nobody looks for like.
Like my mom used to always say, how about looking for friendship?
Yeah. How about look for like first? No, everybody looking for love. You don't even know if you like the person. But no, the big people, they were looking for love. No, I'm looking for a like. Can I like you first? Like people skip past a lot of things and just go straight to love. They skip past the finances. They skip past if they got children. They skip past a lot of different things and just jump straight to love.
And they don't check. You know how I feel because I've said it and I'm adamant about this thing. There is no second date until I see your card from the health department with your screenings. There is no second date.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm, a lot of, even if they scared to show that, I just, well, number one, like I said, maybe I'll speak this way because I'm just so happy by myself. I have no problems at all, and then to bring somebody in my life to me, I feel like you are disturbing. You're gonna be disturbing my peace. I'm at peace.
Yeah, and they love to say, "I'm here to save you." I was like, "Do I look like I'm hurting? I do not need you to save me. You could go have several seats."
And it's sad because you, in reality, it's not even really about the 35 and up. They just plant that in these young girls' head to make you think that if, time you get old, ain't nobody going, instead of them listening to us females, or if you're a man, it goes for you too, but listening to us females that are elders, then we could say, baby, it's okay. You listening to a bunch of men that have no idea what a woman feel like. And I'm so tired of men saying what women are supposed to feel like, what they would. No, you don't know. You're not one. But they don't want to listen to us. They listen to a bunch of men. So a lot of them get rushed and they get pushed into that. Because in their mind, I don't want to be lonely, but come talk to us. And then you get trapped off. And again, they look at people. Some people ain't got nothing else better to do but look through people profiles and look and try to see like how often you post, what you're posting about. A lot of people like to post like restaurants, and so now they know what type of food you like all the information we give them. How you think that Nigerian people picked you? Because that's their job, is to look at people's profiles all day, every day, until they ready to decide to DM you. But by the time they DM you, they sort of kind of know you already. Sort of kind of. Or they would never have DM'd you.
I know. And that's what I'm trying to say. And that's why I went back after I got my awareness and started finding out who I was. I started deleting stuff because it's some things that you don't need to put out there in the public. Those are things that should be in your private things with just you and your family.
And then family too, and I'm sick of arguing with them. I have never put a picture of me on Facebook. How my picture gets on Facebook, because people choose to tag you in. I'm like, so once they tag you in, it goes into now your picture gallery.
Oh, but you can fix that on Facebook.
Why?
Because Facebook has to tell you when you've been tagged and you can ask for that post to be removed.
Yeah, that's now. But the bad thing is, before they implemented that, once it's in there, it's hard to. I've been trying to find out how to take them pictures out. But the point of the matter is, family members and friends they forget that you are. Some people are private. You the one choose to want pictures and throwback Thursday and all these other things. You just invaded my privacy by putting my picture out there. Even if I can untag myself, it still doesn't take it off their page. So if y'all got friends in common, they can still see that. Maybe not on my page, but if we got friends in common, they can still now see that and snap a picture of that or whatever. So friends and family, That's why I'm not so quick to post like happy birthdays to people unless I get their permission. And people in their mind, hey, it's my son's birthday. Well, happy 19th birthday. Like, how do you know if your son wanted you to let everybody know today is his birthday
Yeah,
and he's 19?
I say that all the time. And even I can't stand when somebody just gets married or somebody just has a baby and they put the baby where the baby was born at, all of these things, where their wedding before the couple even decides they like the pictures. Not everybody want all their business on the internet.
Yeah, so a lot of time, again, that's why it's so hard to be careful, because you got other people who is hooked on social media, and now they decided, like, how many people, grandmothers, grandfathers, they don't even play about the social media, and little do they know you are on social media, and your face, you now have a face recognition, whatever that word is, when they can recognize your face because somebody decided to put it on there. But nobody respects people privacy, and putting somebody's picture there who, if you notice, they don't put pictures there. So now my picture is now in the system thanks to you.
Yep. And that's the reason why I don't deal with Facebook anymore, because I don't like that.
Even if you don't, that's the point that I'm making. Even if you don't, like I said, grandma and grandpa never got on any social media. But the minute you put them in there, you're on there, whether you're on there or not. They have now put you in there.
Mhm. Yeah. And
They
that
don't.
and that's a part of the stuff that I don't like. And especially like how people be putting your whole thing, like your brothers or sisters or whoever got pictures of you out on the internet when you was a baby. You be
Oh
like,
man, I
"Whoa."
can't. Oh, that busts my bubbles.
Oh, I
I'd be
can't. Oh,
so
I can't
mad.
stand it. I had to go bust up my brother. I was like, "Oh no, you're not gonna put me when I was 4 years old with my teeth missing. Now we're not doing this."
And the thing is, once it's up, it's in the system. Even if they take it down, it's in the clouds now.
Yep.
You can't undo it, and people don't even ask. They don't even ask permission. I got this. So you call me any other time. Why ain't call me before you put that up there? You understand what I'm saying? You text, you
Yeah.
call, you email. They don't have the common courtesy. Well, hey, I'm going to do a throwback picture. Would you mind? Of us. Then you could say, you could just block me out. Take me out. Or yeah, sure, no problem. And then that'll be a way too. Whereas if somebody was interested in you, remember I told you they go through your friends' pages.
Yeah, and that's what I said all the time, because that's what happened to me. I ain't gonna get into all of that today. That'll be for another day. But when I was having somebody stalking me, that's how they were finding me, because my friends, when I'm hanging out with them, they of course they tagged me in it. So, oh, she's over here. So you never know what somebody is going through to, what they're trying to keep off the internet. And for the reason they're trying to keep off the internet, people just think, oh, you just don't want your picture up there. But you could legitimate have a stalker,
Mm-hmm.
like I did. And I had to tell one finally telling my friends and family why I don't want my pictures up on the internet. And even though they removed it and it's in the clouds, they still were able to see, and they found out the next place that I had went away to because
And,
of those pictures.
and then a bad thing about that is, even though you might not live there, but a lot of times, oh, I'm partying, now they know your location. Or
Mhm.
you got to be careful too of, putting your location there. But a lot of people, they do put their location there. But hey, it's a lot to the state. You must really want me if you can pinpoint me, right? But you have to be very, 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 very careful what you put out there, because you will get got, or that person, you don't know that's a mutual person. They saw you, they see your page, now they hunting you down.
Oh, this is what the word said. He said, I hate that my wife puts the children on Facebook. Whatever you post, it belongs to Facebook. I never let her post location until we home. Yeah, I don't do that. And that's one of the reasons why um I had one of my mentors tell me to stop doing lives when I was out on my vlog channel, because there's like, how you know ain't somebody waiting for you to pop up where you are so they could go exactly where you are. You don't know. You don't know here on this internet. So you
I
got to be
I
careful about what you do.
I have never even said to anybody, "Hey, today's my birthday." I don't even do that. People take it
Mm-mm.
upon themselves.
Yeah, I don't do that
I'll
either.
be like, my whole page be happy birthday. I'm like, I never even damn. I could have told somebody my birthday was something else. Thank you guys, but it's and even if they're not posting you, the fact is, people have to learn how to privatize their friends on that. So people just can't go through your friend's file. I think people should do that regard. That's what the first thing you do. People should privatize their friends so nobody can go into your page and look up your friends.
Yep, it should all be private, but some people they don't do that. It's like everybody, and you know how it is on Facebook. Some people got about, 500 friends. It's ridiculous. And that's true, Robert. People do got issues. You don't know what kind of issues, and you don't know somebody could be looking good on the outside, and you don't know that they're a pedophile.
Yeah, it does come with the territory. That's the purpose of this video, is so you can know how to protect yourself, because we know it comes with it. So being that we know it comes with it, that's why we discuss if these things happen. Hey, actually, so if
Hey,
these things
actually.
happen to you, you would know how to handle it and what to do and what to look for.
And that's what I'm talking about. And that's what always gets me upset is people put out their whole family business. Like, I think that's one of the things that, like, I got really angry when my aunt passed away, even though she was 102 years old. Like, I didn't want to see pictures of my aunt in the casket on Facebook.
Oh, Lordy.
That, like, to me, I was like, that hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
That hurt me. And they're like, I just want to be like, this is my auntie and she's gone. But I'm like, that's a private, personal thing where she passed away. Like, sometimes people don't think.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
What would you have to think, if I had passed away, would I want somebody taking a picture of me and posting it on the internet? I wouldn't want that. But you got to think sometimes, and
They
people don't
don't.
think.
They don't. They don't, because they get too comfortable and they forget that social media is a dangerous place. Just like I tell people, if you're in your chat and you have a lot of people in your chat, you must be very responsible. That's why I make sure I don't have beef. I don't go around doxing people. That's another thing that can get somebody unalived, because you don't put out, you're thinking that you got them, but you put out all their information.
Yep, I've Robert, that hurt me so bad, and I was so mad at my cousin for like
My
seven
cousin
months.
did that. My cousin did that
I
too. So
couldn't
I
I couldn't
know.
even, like, I saw red, sugar love. I saw red when I turned on Facebook. Like, you just starting to like cope like a few days later, and then he posts a picture with her in the casket, talk about rest in peace, auntie. Like, I was
That
livid.
that is, yeah, and I have seen that it was done to me too with my dad, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe y'all did this, because he's in another country. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, wow, But again, especially with the childhood pictures and the throwback Thursdays and all these different things, they don't know that you're inviting people there. Because again, just like you have a lot of people in your room, you don't know all these people. Like if you got 400, 500, even 1,000 people, 50 people in your room, you don't know all 50 of them people, even though we say hi to them or wherever. We don't know these people. So whatever information that we put out there, somebody can use it for themselves.
And what I don't like, Sugar Love, is I wasn't even thinking about it. But on the day, 1 year later, one of my Facebook friends said, "It's a year since your auntie passed."
Sheesh.
And how did you know that? How did you know that? Oh, I remember the post they put up last year. You see that?
And then Facebook has the audacity to put back like a year or something, like they bring up your memories just in case you want to post it again. Or sometimes Facebook takes it upon themselves and they put it up there. Because I remember one time like, I didn't post this. And it was a memory from last year. I had to hurry up and take that sucker off, right? And I'm like, I didn't. Yeah, so like I said, social media is a very, very dangerous place, you know. So any way you put it, with the scams, you got the scamming, you got the danger, you got the underage. Like what else on this thing?
You got the catfishing.
The catfishing, you know. So all these different
and all the endless apps, all from all these dating sites.
Yeah, and all the above. But I mean, I don't have the energy because I don't want nobody messing up my peace. So you ain't never got to worry about me on no dating site ever. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not going to say ever, never. I don't know, but as of today, ever, never. Because once you get yourself to that point in your life, please, I'm gonna do a video. We are happy. We feel good. Please don't let the over 35, 45, don't let it make you think that, oh, well, look at them. Please look at us, young girls. Look at us. They're right.
And we're fabulous.
Right. Look at it. Yeah. These men are 100% right. Look at us. See how happy we look? You young ones don't look happy. Okay? But do what they say. Look at us. Do we look miserable to you?
See, but you know what it is? Sometimes they want to see you in the same position as them.
Yeah.
Yep. Certain family members, they want to see you in a relationship so you can be miserable just like them.
I know, right? I was telling somebody the other day.
I'm just being honest.
I was telling somebody the other day. I said, I was one of them people that I don't have to experience things. I could watch you experiencing things. And to me, I would make that my experience, even though it wasn't me, but I will make it mine. Even though I'm not talking about saying it happened to me. Like now I know what not to do. I'm glad I seen that happen to you. So now I know not to do that. But some people, they want to learn the hard way. I don't have to. I'm watching you do it, you know. So I don't see the do's and the don'ts. But all of that, you're gonna be lonely with a cat. Me and my cat is just fine.
Yeah, I was like me and the dog. We're chilling. Yeah. So I want to ask you, are you going live? Anybody in the chat? Anybody going live after this? Because I'm about to end.
Yeah, I want to go live. I'm just trying to figure out are you going off to go off, or are you going busy or what?
No, I'm coming off so I can, if somebody is live right now, I want to send the people who are in here over there.
No, because I want to do a topic. I was going to do it tonight. That's why I asked you, you going off to be busy, or you going off because your time is up?
No, I'm going off because my time is up here.
But you don't have nothing, because I want you to come on the other side.
Yeah, I'll come on the other side if you're going to do something. And which channel?
Oh, that would be Tony. But
okay, I'll come over there.
The topic is, in case you guys want to come, the topic is behind every keyword. Behind every good man is a woman, right?
Oh, I already know how this is going.
And then behind every good woman is Who?
Oh,
Who?
one of my mods, can you put in the link for Tony T's channel?
So I want to speak upon the dynamics of that, because for them to be great, we got to be behind them. But who's behind us? The woman. We know you great. We behind you. We couldn't. It's not we beside you or anything. But who's behind every great one? Who's behind them? I'm not talking about your mom or your pappy or nothing, because the woman who behind them will be like. So I want to talk about that and how we move in life, how men move in life, and how we move in life. So y'all more than welcome. I want to talk about that.
Can you put your link? Because I don't think nobody knows how to get to your Tony T, because I can't do it while I'm in StreamYard.
Girl, I'm gonna see how I do that now.
I'll have to go onto my tablet. Hold on, guys.
I don't even know where it's at. Hold on. Let me see. All right, I think this is it. I don't know.
Okay. I'm about to put the. Did you find the link, sis?
I don't know if this is it, but is this it?
Yeah, her channel is Tony T.
Thank you, the word Tony T Cafe. Okay, I did get it right.
Okay. Thank you. So, Tay, I definitely will come over to support. I think you say you're going live. Is that Central Time, or are you on Eastern, Tay? You know, I like to support everybody, even though I'll be over with Tony T. I'm still gonna hit you on that side, Tay. I
Oh, she
support all
going
my
live
people.
at 9. What is your what you call it gonna be on? What's your topic gonna be on, Tay?
Yeah, Tay. What's your topic? I felt like this was a really good topic. I really enjoyed this one. And I think the word said he wanted you, and him to do a build. I don't know what day we're gonna do that. Oh,
What?
Central, 9 Central. So that's 10. So how long are you gonna be on?
Okay, Central and cocktails.
That would be in an hour.
Yeah, but Central on cocktails. Or you do cooking.
No, that's her channel.
Her channel is Central on cocktails.
No, it's man, something at lingerie and cocktails.
Oh no, but I actually she said Central on cocktails.
Oh no, I was asking her, is that Eastern or Central? So it's 9 Central.
Okay, so what is her topic? Ask her what is her topic.
Oh yeah, what's your topic, Tay?
Because you're not gonna be having me all hungry looking at you.
Yeah, could y'all also drop lingerie and cocktails channel too? Let me see if I can find it. I may be able to find it. This is a good build. And you said that's what we're gonna be talking about over on your channel. Oh, okay. The word just put.
Chit chat and dating. All right, so we're gonna go on. I'm gonna try to keep it an hour. Let me click on her link though. But I want to talk about all the things women have established.
Okay, so we can go from one to the other. I can go over to yours, and then we'll go over to lingerie and cocktails. So it's a good build. Thank you so much for coming up, sis. Appreciate you.
All right, I just subscribed to you. So, and I'm gonna click on the bell.
Yeah, we gotta get lingerie and cocktails up because that's not gonna work.
Yeah, well, all my sugar babes, I still do the growing channel, but people act like they don't want to grow anymore.
Who don't want to grow? Do you see my numbers over here? I still need over 300 subscribers.
All right, so we'll set up a date when we
need to set up a day because I know I need about 300 and something people. I know the word needs about 50. Tay, she needs like 800 and something. So we got some that needs to grow. So let's make it happen.
Yeah, they're gonna have to catch me because sometimes I don't, sometimes my lives are really high. You gotta catch. I can send people over there, but y'all got to stay in there long enough so I can send people over there. I understand you want to say hi or something, but we're trying to get you some subscribers. You got to talk to the people so they get to know you and want to come over there. But either who, we finish this, and I'm going to start that, and I will be there in 5 minutes. So thank you guys for coming, and thank you, sis, for always having me up there. I love it.
Yeah, thank y'all so much. We're gonna go over to Tony T. We're gonna go over to Tony T channel, click that link, and then we're gonna go over to laundry and cocktails. Thank y'all so much for joining.
It's time to go. Your mic is gone.
It's all good, sugar. I'll see you guys over at Tony T's channel. Peace, guys.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, yeah.